Hey everyone, Video Game Lover here, and welcome back to another edition of Games That I Finished, where I talk about the games that I recently beat. First thing I want to mention is that I'm surprised I finished 10 games to start 2026, because I feel like that I might not be able to finish not even 4 games for a month, especially in this year, but to my surprise I finished 10 games. But if I'm not able to finish, I would say 6 games a month, I'll do a separate video, or I'll call it episode whatever, like episode 37, and it will talk about games I finished for the month of March and April. That's only if I don't finish anything or something comes up. So, I finished 10 games, 9 of them are actually on emulators, only 1 on an actual system. So, first game that I beat for 2026 is Isolated Warrior from the NES. It's a pretty decent shooting game. It's like in an isometric view or overhead. It's a pretty decent game, but it's very tough. And in order to get the best ending, you have to beat the whole game while dying once. No joke. You have to get through stages 1 through 6 while dying once. This is what I want you guys to do. Try your best to beat the first 6 stages. Use the code to warp yourself to stage 7 and tell the game to go fuck itself. Because that is absolutely ridiculous. It is impossible to do that. It is very, very difficult to beat that game in its entirety while dying once. It is a very tough game to do that. I have no idea. Alright, so I finished a lot of Game Boy Advance games, and I'm not done with the Game Boy Advance, because I'm going to finish some more in February. I finished Super Sponge on the Game Boy Advance, as well as Creature from the Krusty Krab, so 2 SpongeBob games. Super Sponge is an okay game, it's a very easy game, but my god, the music is awful. It is one of the worst sounding Game Boy Advance games I've heard. I know it's an early game. What they tried to do was try to emulate the PS1 soundtrack to the Game Boy Advance soundtrack. It did not work. It is awful. The music in the game is horrendous. It's okay, not the best, but not the worst. Creature from the Krusty Krab was a lot of fun. It's really short though, but it's a lot of fun. It was made by WayForward, and Patrick holding a gun, that shit is fucking hilarious. But I really enjoyed Creature from the Krusty Krab. It was a really fun game for the Game Boy Advance. So now we got 2 more games on the Game Boy Advance. Fantastic Four. It was okay. Very easy. I liked it more than the PS2 version. That's all I can really say. It was just whatever. Now, Flame On, however, was actually pretty good. Not great, but it was pretty good for the most part. It's also, I wouldn't say it's an easy game. It actually got pretty annoying near the end, but it's actually a pretty fun side-scrolling beat-em-up game. You're Johnny the whole game, and you just beat up enemies. They add some shmup levels. It's not bad. Wish the music was better though. But honestly, I think it's the best Fantastic Four game ever made, I guess. But it's still, it was okay. Next I finished Ghouls and Ghosts on the Sega Genesis. I was able to beat it twice in order to get the best ending. It's a really good game. Very tough though, but it plays very good. For an early 1989 Genesis game, it plays really good. And the music and the sound and the music is very top notch. It's a great game. It's no wonder why a lot of people love that game so much on the Sega Genesis. For this month, I'm going to try to see if I can beat Super Ghouls and Ghosts, but I heard that game is unbelievably hard. So, next I finished 3 more PSP games. Well, technically 2. We'll get to the third one in a moment. I finished KO Challengers. KO Challengers is a port of KO2 on the PS2 that eventually got a cult following to the point that they actually ended up getting a new game in 2018. It's okay. There's really nothing bad about it, but nothing really great about it. The bosses kind of suck ass, and the final boss is lame. But it's not a bad game by any means. It's a decent game. Next, I finished Crash Tag Team Racing. I've heard a lot of bad things about this game. A lot of people say that it's the worst of when it comes to the Crash racing games. I heard it's really bad. In my opinion, it's not a bad game. I think it's an okay game, but I will agree it's definitely the weakest when it comes to the kart racers for Crash Bandicoot. One thing I will say, now, I don't know if it's because I was playing the PSP version, but the platforming in that game is awful. It just controls like ass. I don't know why. It controls like shit. But the game is very easy. It's the easiest of the trilogy. And honestly, after how I got so frustrated with Nitro Kart, maybe I guess it was for the better that it's an easy game. The problem is that they simplified it. Like, they try to make it like Double Dash a little bit, but didn't really work. It's just a very weird racing game, to say the least. It's okay. Not bad, but not great. And next I finished Time Soldiers, which is actually an arcade port that was ported to the PSP. It was also on the Master System, which I was trying to play, and I wasn't able to beat it. Good God, that game is frustrating. That game is unbelievably frustrating. And the worst thing about that game is if you lose a continue at the final level in the game, you have to do the whole game all over again. Even if you have like 10 continues left over, you have to do it all over again. What the hell were they thinking? But why they do that? Very dumb. So the last game that I finished, and I actually want to talk about this game a good bit, is Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown for Nintendo Switch. It is a shame that this game bombed 2 years ago. I actually thought this game came out last year. I had no idea it came out in 2024. It's a shame that this game bombed, because this was a very damn good game. Definitely the best game Ubisoft has made in a while. It's a Metroidvania game. A Metroidvania 2D Prince of Persia game. And I know that disappointed a lot of Prince of Persia fans because they wanted a 3D Prince of Persia. But what you have to understand is that Prince of Persia started out as a 2D game. But this game plays so damn well. So damn well. It's you won't get lost in this game. It is very rewarding to go back to certain areas and explore. It's a very good game. The only thing I will say that's a little bit bad, but not bad, is that the game can be very frustrating sometimes. The game, you're going to need some patience, because there are some bosses that are really tough in this game, and some levels that can be very tough, especially when you 100% it. But seriously, this is a great game. A really good game, and it's unfortunate that it bombed badly. Bombed spectacularly, because they were planning to make this into a series of games, but this game underperformed, and thus, no more. And we all know that they canceled the Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake. I knew that was going to happen, because the game was in development hell, and I just knew it was going to be bad. I knew they were just going to cancel it, but that was a really good game. Just like Forgotten Sands on PSP, a very good game. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching this video. Subscribe, and see you guys on my next video. Video Game Over 58, sign out. Peace.